Hi, this is Andreas Moritz, and I have been asked the question, what causes pancreatitis? And this is a very commonly asked question, so I would like to address this here. From my experience with the liver and gallbladder flush over the last 20 years or so, I found that most people who have pancreatitis have a preceding condition of intrahepatic bile duct congestion and oftentimes also gallbladder congestion with stones, calcified stones or non-calcified stones. And so what I found over the years that when a person is suffering acute pancreatitis, it is due to bile sludge and stones from the liver bile ducts and perhaps from the gallbladder moving into the common bile duct, traveling down to the sphincter towards the pancreatic duct, where the common bile duct and the pancreatic duct merge. They become one before entering or leading into the small intestine, or the beginning section of the small intestine. And before the stones would go through the sphincter, sometimes there is a pileup, a blockage, and when the blockage is there for quite some time, then the body will try to push the stones into the pancreatic duct. And once the pancreatic duct is congested with the sludge or with the stones from the liver or gallbladder, then the enzymes that the pancreas produces in order to help digest food, these pancreatic enzymes cannot be properly activated, and they become destructive. And they are trapped in the pancreas, so they are not coming through, they are not passing into the intestinal tract. And pancreatic enzymes are very, very powerful, and if they're not passing through or eliminated, then they inflame the cells in the pancreas. So it leads to backwashing of enzymes and other substances in the pancreas, where the pancreas begins to digest itself. And this is an acute form of pancreatitis. If there's a prolonged experience of liver bile duct congestion, then the pancreas, in addition to all of that, cannot get rid of its own metabolic waste products. There's a vein that directly goes from the pancreas into the liver, trying to get rid of its waste matter. That includes uric acid, lactic acid, urea, all kinds of important metabolic waste products that the pancreas needs to get rid of in order to prevent suffocation by these wastes. Also, like everywhere else in the body, the pancreatic cells have to be replaced in due time. Pancreatic cells live on average only 6 to 8 weeks. So they need to be replaced by new ones, and the old ones have to find their way out. And they do that via the vein that travels from the pancreas to the liver. And if the liver bile ducts are blocked, the liver becomes congested and cannot take up and remove and break down or convert these waste products into harmless materials. So what happens is there will be backwashing of some of these wastes, then building up in the pancreas, which can lead to a chronic form of pancreas problems, leading all the way up to pancreatic cancer. So it's important to understand the relationship between the liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas, and not to just treat the pancreas. If you try to do that, there's only limited success. It's very, very hard to treat pancreatitis successfully with normal methods of medicine. And so it's best to rely on treating it at the causal level making sure that the liver and bile ducts the liver and gallbladder are clean through a series of liver and gallbladder flushes. And you can use the instructions contained in my book, The Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush. And when you do that, you're basically protecting your pancreas from all ills, unless, of course, you drink a lot of alcohol or eat a lot of meat, which has been now recently shown to cause pancreatic destruction and diabetes, by the way. So it's essential that we nip at the bud of this problem, and you make sure that the liver is clean so that the pancreas can remain clean and effective, and not just treat the symptoms. I remember one case, a person in France who had pancreatitis, acute pancreatitis, and he had to stay in the hospital for 6 weeks, and then he was released, and then 2 months later he had another bout of pancreatitis. So he rang me up, or his wife rang me up and asked if there was anything else he could do, and I said yes, take a glass of Epsom salts, 1 tablespoon of Epsom salts on an empty stomach. Drink that because that will help to release the blockage in the pancreatic duct, in the common bile duct, at the ampulla of Vata, that area just before the combined duct, pancreatic duct and common bile duct merge with the small intestine. And so it immediately opened up that duct, released the stones and sludge, and the person had almost like within an hour instant relief. Pancreatitis disappeared. So there are natural means to deal with that. In addition to this, I advise that person to massage the small toes, the second, or the third and fourth small toe vigorously, and put a pack of apple cider vinegar, like a towel soaked in warm apple cider vinegar, over the liver area, and he was just perfectly fine. He didn't have to go to the hospital. And then he followed up with doing a series of liver and gallbladder flushes, and recently his wife reported back to me, this happened 2 years ago, he reported back to me that he was in perfect health. He never had a pancreas problem again. So there are natural means to deal with pancreatitis, but I would recommend definitely make sure, clean out the liver and gallbladder. Don't forget to clean out the colon before and after each liver flush, so to avoid any complications or side effects. And that will take care of most of cases of pancreatitis. Thank you.